If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. The Cleveland Browns' decision to sign veteran quarterback Bailey Zappe to their practice squad this week signals a strategic move that could have significant implications for their depth chart and offensive flexibility as the 2025 NFL season looms. After keeping Shedeur Sanders on the 53-man roster, the Browns clearly value a multi-quarterback approach, ensuring they have both experience and potential ready to step in if needed. Zappe, known for his precise arm and intelligent field vision during his college days at Western Kentucky, brings a veteran presence to a roster that balances youth and experience in a delicate mix. Joining the Browns once again after a brief preseason with the Kansas City Chiefs, Zappe's return represents both familiarity and opportunity. His previous tenure in Cleveland, though limited in snaps, provided a glimpse into his ability to adapt quickly to a team's offensive system. This move gives the Browns more flexibility in game planning, particularly in scenarios where injuries or situational packages require a dependable backup with starting experience. By retaining Shedeur Sanders on the main roster and adding Zappe to the practice squad, Cleveland creates a layered quarterback strategy that could pay dividends over the long 17-game schedule, particularly given the unpredictable nature of the NFL season. For fans, the news is a mix of reassurance and curiosity, as Zappe's presence indicates a commitment to preparedness and depth, even as the spotlight shines on Joe Flacco and the young Sanders. Zappe's NFL journey, marked by perseverance and adaptability, exemplifies the type of player teams rely on in high-pressure moments. The signing also sparks discussions among analysts regarding Cleveland's offensive philosophy, hinting that the coaching staff values versatility and readiness over a single fixed approach. With the season mere days away, Zappe's integration into practice sessions and team meetings will be crucial to maximizing the Browns' preparedness across all game scenarios. Bailey Zappe's return to Cleveland comes after a preseason with the Kansas City Chiefs that was brief but instructive, allowing him to showcase his skills in live-game situations and demonstrate resilience despite limited opportunities. Over 3 preseason games, Zappe completed 15 of 27 passes for 104 yards, throwing 2 interceptions along the way. While the numbers themselves may not jump off the page, they reveal a quarterback still adjusting to NFL speed and defensive schemes, highlighting the areas where he can contribute to Cleveland's depth. The value of having a quarterback like Zappe on the practice squad goes beyond stats. It lies in his ability to mentor younger quarterbacks, provide competition in practice, and be a reliable insurance policy should injury strike. His experience in both Kansas City's and Cleveland's offensive environments equips him with insight into different coaching styles, play-calling tendencies, and defensive adjustments, all of which enhance his utility for the Browns. For the team, Zappe represents not just a backup option, but a versatile cog in the broader offensive machinery, someone who can step in during preseason games, practice sessions, or even regular season contests if circumstances demand. His prior experience with Cleveland, including filling in after Deshaun Watson's Achilles injury in October 2024, provides familiarity that shortens his learning curve and strengthens team cohesion. Fans who remember his performance last season, especially his start against the Baltimore Ravens where he threw for 170 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions, may see his addition as a calculated move to ensure readiness. The Browns' decision reflects a recognition that depth at quarterback is crucial, especially when balancing veteran presence with developing talent. Zappe's signing reinforces Cleveland's proactive approach to roster management, sending a message that no position is left exposed. As training camp progresses, all eyes will be on how quickly he can integrate into the system and contribute to both practice efficiency and game day preparation. The dynamics of Cleveland's quarterback room this season present a fascinating case study in roster management, with Joe Flacco firmly established as the Week 1 starter, while Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders offer different skill sets and developmental potential. By adding Bailey Zappe to the practice squad, the Browns create a layered quarterback hierarchy that allows for nuanced game planning and risk mitigation. Flacco brings veteran leadership, poise, and experience in high-pressure situations, anchoring the offense with reliable decision-making and the ability to read defenses at a sophisticated level. Dillon Gabriel, still in the early stages of his NFL career, adds an intriguing blend of arm strength and athleticism, capable of executing design plays that stretch defenses vertically and horizontally. Shedeur Sanders, meanwhile, represents a high-upside talent with the potential to develop into a long-term contributor, bringing mobility, creativity, and a different passing approach that can challenge conventional defensive strategies. Within this context, Bailey Zappe's role becomes multifaceted. He serves as an experienced practice companion, a situational fill-in with starting experience, and a mentor figure for the younger quarterbacks navigating the complexities of professional football. The strategic layering of quarterbacks ensures that the Browns can maintain offensive stability even in the face of injuries or underperformance, while also fostering a competitive environment that encourages each player to elevate their game. Cleveland's approach signals a recognition that modern NFL offenses require adaptability, depth, and the ability to adjust rapidly to evolving game scenarios, a philosophy that aligns with trends seen in successful organizations across the league. By maintaining this structure, the Browns are not only hedging against potential setbacks, but also investing in the development of their younger quarterbacks, providing a bridge between experience and future growth. Fans observing the team's preparations will likely appreciate the foresight and attention to detail, as every decision at the quarterback position can have ripple effects throughout the offense. Ultimately, this multi-tiered setup positions Cleveland to approach the season with confidence, resilience, and tactical flexibility, ensuring that the team is prepared for any situation. Bailey Zappe's history with the Cleveland Browns adds a layer of narrative depth to his signing, as he is no stranger to the organization or its culture. His first stint with Cleveland in October 2024, following Deshaun Watson's Achilles injury, gave him a brief but valuable opportunity to demonstrate his capabilities on a professional stage. During that period, he acclimated to the team's offensive schemes, learned the preferences of coaching staff, and navigated the pressures of stepping into a starting role unexpectedly. His familiarity with the locker room environment and coaching expectations shortens the typical adjustment period for a player in his position, a factor that cannot be overstated in the fast-paced, high-stakes NFL. This experience becomes even more significant when considering Cleveland's decision to keep Shedeur Sanders on the active roster, as it emphasizes the importance of having a competent, ready-to-play quarterback like Zappe nearby, even if he is technically on the practice squad. The dual quarterback approach reflects both prudence and strategic planning, providing immediate insurance against unforeseen circumstances while also fostering internal competition that benefits the team overall. Zappe's previous start against the Baltimore Ravens, in which he passed for 170 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions in a 35-10 loss, offers a concrete example of how he handles live-game pressure, navigates defensive schemes, and executes offensive play calling under challenging conditions. While the outcome of that game was not favorable, Zappe displayed key attributes such as poise, decision-making, and resilience that contribute to his value as a backup. His return to Cleveland illustrates the organization's commitment to maximizing the utility of experienced players who can serve multiple roles, from practice support to situational game execution. For fans and analysts alike, this signing raises questions about Cleveland's long-term quarterback strategy, their emphasis on readiness, and how they plan to balance the development of younger talent with the demands of immediate performance. The narrative of Zappe's journey intertwines with the Browns' evolving quarterback strategy, highlighting themes of perseverance, adaptability, and professional growth. Cleveland's decision to retain Shedeur Sanders on the 53-man roster while adding Bailey Zappe to the practice squad highlights a nuanced approach to roster construction that blends potential with security. Sanders, with his athleticism and high upside potential, represents a developmental investment for the Browns, someone who could emerge as a future starter if nurtured properly within the team's system. Zappe's presence on the practice squad complements this by offering immediate readiness, veteran insight, and a safety net in case the untested Sanders encounters growing pains early in the season. This combination creates a balance between future potential and current stability, which is particularly important in a league where quarterback injuries can dramatically alter a team's trajectory. The Browns' multi-quarterback strategy also signals a deliberate effort to foster internal competition as practice sessions will now feature a mix of experience, developmental focus, and strategic experimentation. For the coaching staff, having a quarterback like Zapp available in practice allows for more realistic defensive simulations, better preparation for opposing schemes, and the ability to test new play concepts without risking key starters. Meanwhile, Sanders benefits from observing Zapp's approach, learning subtle nuances of professional quarterback play, and gaining confidence from the knowledge that a seasoned mentor is close at hand. This layered depth provides the team with tactical flexibility, whether it's preparing for Week 1 matchups or adjusting to in-game injuries or performance issues. Fans witnessing this strategy might interpret it as a forward-thinking move, demonstrating Cleveland's commitment to both immediate competitiveness and long-term quarterback development. By carefully managing the quarterback room in this manner, the Browns are addressing a critical position with foresight and strategic nuance. Zapp's signing thus transcends the simple label of backup, embedding him into the larger framework of Cleveland's operational and developmental philosophy. This approach could well influence game outcomes, roster decisions, and quarterback trajectories over the coming months. The timing of Bailey Zapp's signing, just days before the 2025 NFL season begins, adds urgency and intrigue to Cleveland's quarterback plans, emphasizing the team's commitment to preparedness and adaptability. With training camp concluded and preseason over, integrating Zapp into the practice squad ensures that he can immediately contribute to game planning, practice rotations, and situational drills. His familiarity with the Browns' offensive philosophy accelerates this integration, minimizing the adjustment period and maximizing the impact of his presence. This move also sends a signal to fans and analysts that Cleveland is serious about maintaining quarterback depth and avoiding potential pitfalls from injuries or unexpected performance issues. The practice squad designation provides Zapp with an environment to refine timing with receivers, study opposing defenses, and contribute to the coaching staff's strategic preparations without the immediate pressure of active roster obligations. Meanwhile, his presence elevates the competitive atmosphere for Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, as each quarterback now faces the challenge of demonstrating readiness and earning consideration for meaningful snaps. The timing further underscores Cleveland's proactive management style, addressing potential vulnerabilities before they materialize into critical problems during the regular season. From a fan perspective, the addition of Zapp may inspire confidence in the coaching staff's foresight, while also fueling speculation about how and when he might be called upon if circumstances demand. This delicate balance between immediate support and developmental oversight illustrates the multifaceted role that a practice squad veteran like Zapp can play. In a league where preparation and adaptability often determine success, the Browns are clearly positioning themselves to navigate the uncertainties of a grueling NFL season. The final weeks before kickoff will reveal how effectively Zapp integrates into this dynamic, but the decision itself reflects strategic prudence and organizational awareness. Zapp's performance history, including his 3-game preseason stint with Kansas City, offers insights into his current capabilities and areas for improvement, which the Browns will likely leverage to optimize their quarterback depth. Completing 15 of 27 passes for 104 yards with 2 interceptions may not headline highlight reels, but it demonstrates his exposure to live-game situations, his decision-making under pressure, and his ability to respond to NFL-level defensive complexity. While his numbers suggest room for growth, they also highlight traits that can benefit Cleveland, particularly in practice and situational contexts. For example, Zapp's ability to handle game speed reads, maintain composure when mistakes occur, and execute coach-driven adjustments provides value beyond raw statistical output. The coaching staff can utilize his presence to simulate opposing quarterbacks, run scout team scenarios, and mentor younger players, all of which contribute indirectly to team performance. Additionally, his prior start against the Ravens offers concrete evidence of his capacity to manage full-game responsibilities despite the mixed results, underscoring his readiness to step in if needed. Analysts observing these details might interpret Zapp as a dependable, knowledgeable backup whose primary contributions lie in preparation, leadership, and contingency planning. This reinforces the notion that the quarterback position in Cleveland is managed not solely through immediate talent evaluation, but through strategic layering, depth optimization, and risk mitigation. Zapp's experiences, combined with his familiarity with Cleveland's system, position him as a highly functional asset whose impact may not always be visible on the stat sheet but will resonate in practice intensity, preparation quality, and team cohesion. His presence ensures that the Browns remain poised, versatile, and resilient, no matter what challenges the 2025 season presents. The narrative surrounding Cleveland's quarterback room, especially with Bailey Zapp's inclusion, also touches on broader themes of player development, mentorship, and organizational culture. The Browns' decision reflects an understanding that depth alone is insufficient without proper guidance, training, and integration, all of which Zapp can provide given his prior professional experience. Younger quarterbacks like Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders gain the opportunity to observe a player who has navigated multiple NFL systems, understands the nuances of game preparation, and can model professionalism under pressure. This mentorship aspect is invaluable, as it accelerates the learning curve for emerging talent, enhances confidence, and fosters a collaborative environment where players challenge and support each other. At the same time, Zapp benefits from being part of a structured, competitive environment where he can continue to refine his skills, stay prepared for potential game day opportunities, and contribute meaningfully to team success without the immediate burden of starting responsibilities. From an organizational standpoint, the layering of experience, mentorship, and potential creates a culture that values both readiness and development, a philosophy that can enhance team cohesion and long-term sustainability. Fans and media observers are likely to note the intentionality behind Cleveland's decisions, recognizing that the Browns are constructing a quarterback ecosystem rather than simply filling roster spots. This approach underscores the strategic foresight required in modern NFL roster management, where the interplay of skill, preparation, and culture can determine a team's trajectory. Zapp's role, therefore, is emblematic of a larger organizational vision that prioritizes resilience, adaptability, and player development as integral to on-field success. The implications of Zapp's signing extend beyond the immediate quarterback room, influencing offensive play calling, game day decision-making, and the broader strategic approach of the Cleveland Browns. With a seasoned backup like Zapp, the coaching staff gains the flexibility to experiment with different formations, packages, and personnel combinations during practice and potentially in live games. This enables more nuanced game planning, allowing the team to test concepts without exposing starters to unnecessary risk. Moreover, Zapp's presence enhances the team's contingency planning, as the Browns can approach each game with a clearer understanding of how they would respond to injuries, underperformance, or situational challenges. From a fan perspective, knowing that a capable and experienced quarterback is available, even on the practice squad, can inspire confidence in the team's preparedness and resilience. Analysts may interpret this as a sign that Cleveland prioritizes strategic depth over flashy acquisitions, focusing on reliable, functional assets that support overall team performance. Additionally, Zapp's mentorship of younger quarterbacks can translate into more polished decision-making and readiness across the roster, which may indirectly improve offensive efficiency and execution. By managing the quarterback position in this deliberate, layered manner, the Browns are better positioned to navigate the unpredictability of the NFL season, optimize player development, and maintain competitive balance. The move also sparks speculation about potential future roles, including situational appearances, emergency starting opportunities, and leadership contributions in the locker room. Ultimately, the decision to sign Bailey Zapp underscores Cleveland's commitment to comprehensive preparedness, illustrating that the team values both immediate readiness and long-term development as integral to its offensive philosophy. Beyond the practical implications, Zapp's signing brings a human element to Cleveland's quarterback narrative, highlighting themes of perseverance, adaptability, and professional resilience. After navigating a short preseason with Kansas City and a prior stint with Cleveland, Zapp exemplifies the type of player who remains committed to improvement, opportunity, and team contribution despite the uncertainties inherent in the NFL. His journey resonates with fans who appreciate stories of determination and players who seize second chances, reinforcing the emotional dimension of professional sports. For teammates, Zapp's approach models patience, discipline, and the importance of preparation, offering lessons that extend beyond XS and OS. His return also reinforces the narrative continuity of Cleveland's quarterback story, linking past experiences, such as stepping in for Deshaun Watson or starting against the Ravens, to current strategic planning and depth management. This continuity can help foster cohesion, confidence, and shared understanding within the team. Moreover, Zapp's presence underscores the value of role players who contribute in less visible but equally impactful ways, shaping practice intensity, situational readiness, and team culture. For analysts, fans, and teammates alike, the decision to bring him back illustrates a holistic approach to roster management that balances talent, experience, mentorship, and preparedness. In a league defined by unpredictability, Zapp embodies the principle that readiness and adaptability often carry as much weight as raw talent, and his signing highlights Cleveland's commitment to maintaining a resilient, versatile, and strategically prepared team. As the 2025 NFL season approaches, Cleveland's quarterback situation, bolstered by Bailey Zapp's signing, sets the stage for a compelling storyline that blends strategy, depth, and personal journeys. Joe Flacco remains the centerpiece of the offense, offering experience and leadership, while Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders bring youth, athleticism, and potential. Zapp's role in this ecosystem provides stability, mentorship, and insurance, ensuring the team can navigate the rigors of a full NFL schedule. This layered structure demonstrates Cleveland's emphasis on preparation, adaptability, and strategic foresight, qualities that can differentiate successful teams in a competitive league. Observers will be watching closely to see how Zapp integrates into practices, influences younger quarterbacks, and remains prepared for potential game day opportunities. The narrative also invites discussions about organizational philosophy, emphasizing the importance of combining veteran experience with developmental potential, a balance that can yield both immediate results and long-term growth. For fans, this quarterback arrangement creates intrigue, confidence, and anticipation as each player's role becomes part of a broader strategy designed to maximize performance and resilience. Analysts may scrutinize the efficiency of practice rotations, game planning, and situational deployment, highlighting the impact of a well-managed depth chart on overall team success. Zapp's presence underscores the subtle, yet significant ways in which NFL teams build competitive advantage through layered talent, mentorship, and preparedness. Ultimately, Cleveland's quarterback room in 2025 becomes a microcosm of the team's operational philosophy, reflecting foresight, adaptability, and a commitment to excellence under pressure. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. Travis Kelce, the superstar tight end of the Kansas City Chiefs, has ignited a storm that no one saw coming. Rumors have been swirling all morning about an explosive statement he made regarding Shedeur Sanders, the rising quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Sources close to the team suggest that Kelce's words weren't just casual commentary. They were sharp, pointed, and full of undeniable frustration. Imagine the scene. Kelce, usually the picture of composure, reportedly called out Sanders in a way that shook the very core of the Browns' locker room. Whispers suggest that the Chiefs veteran felt Sanders' recent performances had been overhyped, and in a media moment that seemed unplanned, Kelce didn't hold back. Analysts are already speculating how this could ripple through both teams. Fans are divided. Some cheer Kelce's boldness. Others fear a brewing feud that might extend beyond the field. The NFL world is buzzing with speculation. Insiders hint that the controversy didn't begin in the public eye, but behind closed doors at a league event. It's said that Kelce, known for his razor-sharp football IQ, voiced his concerns directly to a few select teammates about Sanders' decision-making under pressure. The Chiefs' locker room, known for its candid discussions, apparently had heated debates surrounding Sanders' perceived strengths and weaknesses. Kelce's comments, however, leaked in fragments to the media, creating an explosive narrative that neither team wanted to manage publicly. Reports suggest that the Browns' front office was blindsided, caught between defending their young quarterback and avoiding escalation. Social media, as always, immediately amplified the tension, turning a locker room critique into a nationwide talking point. Fans of both sides flooded forums with predictions, memes, and fiery debates. Sports journalists scrambled to get reactions, some portraying KELCE as a mentor frustrated with a peer, others framing it as a personal attack. The atmosphere is tense, charged with speculation. The nature of KELCE's remarks reportedly included a critique of Sanders' reading of defenses, which insiders claim was particularly stinging. Analysts say that while constructive criticism is normal, KELCE's tone suggested irritation rather than mentorship. Imagine a player of KELCE's caliber calling out a rising star in a way that hints at disappointment, as if Sanders hadn't yet earned his stripes in the league. Sources claim that teammates who witnessed the incident described KELCE as furious but articulate, a mix of emotion and experience boiling over. The Browns' locker room, according to whispers, felt blindsided, with some players questioning if KELCE had crossed an unspoken line. Sports commentators immediately started connecting this incident to the ongoing pressure on Sanders, suggesting that KELCE's words might spark a response on the field. There's a feeling among fans that the drama could intensify over upcoming matchups, turning every pass, every play into a subtle commentary on the tension between these NFL talents. The rumor mill is relentless. What's particularly fascinating, insiders say, is the timing of KELCE's outburst. It came right after a public praise Sanders had received for a clutch performance, which KELCE seemingly dismissed as undeserved. Rumors claim that the Chiefs veteran was frustrated with what he perceives as hype that overshadows fundamentals, and Sanders became the symbol of media favoritism. Some reports suggest KELCE has long been vocal about the balance between skill and discipline, and Sanders, in KELCE's eyes, had momentarily tipped the scales towards spectacle rather than strategy. Fans are now dissecting every public interaction between the two players, searching for micro-expressions, gestures, and hints of rivalry. Sports talk shows are running non-stop analyses, highlighting clips where Sanders' performance might align or contradict KELCE's critique. Rumors are swirling that this story could influence locker room dynamics, not just for the Chiefs and Browns, but for teams watching from afar. The NFL landscape might shift subtly due to one pointed statement. Sources hint that the Browns, though publicly composed, were internally rattled by KELCE's commentary. The front office reportedly discussed whether to issue a formal response, fearing escalation, while veteran players in Cleveland were quietly counseling Sanders on how to handle such criticism. Insiders say Sanders has been advised to focus on performance and let the rumors simmer, yet whispers from the team suggest that the quarterback is far from indifferent. Fans are interpreting body language from practice sessions and pre-game appearances, searching for signs of tension, eye contact, and guarded expressions. Sports analysts speculate whether this feud, if it can even be called that, might manifest during a game, influencing past choices, audibles, and sideline interactions. Rumors even suggest that teammates on both sides are bracing for a charged atmosphere if the Chiefs and Browns face off, treating the matchup as more than just a game. The story, while fueled by speculation, has gripped the NFL community. Adding to the drama, some insiders hint that KELCE's comments were not solely about Sanders' athletic skills, but also about leadership. Rumor has it KELCE questioned whether Sanders could consistently carry a team under pressure, suggesting that hype often masks the real test of an NFL quarterback. Analysts suggest that leadership perception is just as critical as on-field execution, and KELCE's words may have been an indirect warning to other teams as well. Fans are dissecting every past game Sanders played, looking for moments that might validate or contradict KELCE's statements. Social media has exploded with debates about whether KELCE's critique is fair or overstepping bounds. Memes and highlight clips circulate endlessly, often taking the original comment out of context, but amplifying tension nonetheless. Some commentators even suggest that this feud, real or imagined, could become part of NFL lore, a narrative of skill, ego, and expectation. The rumor is becoming legend in real time. Rumors further suggest that KELCE's critique might have been fueled by more than just on-field observations. It could be tied to competitive frustration. Insiders hint that KELCE views Sanders as emblematic of a generation of quarterbacks getting spotlight moments before fully earning them in the eyes of veterans. Some whisper that KELCE's words were a mix of envy, protectiveness over league standards, and personal competitiveness. Analysts are connecting dots between KELCE's past comments on young quarterbacks and this latest incident, framing it as part of a larger conversation about NFL culture and respect for experience. Fans are predicting that if these two meet on the field, the clash could be more psychological than physical, with every snap carrying subtext. The rumor mill is relentless, creating speculation that goes beyond sports analysis into personal drama. Every game moment now feels loaded with narrative potential, as if fans are watching a storyline unfold in real time. Inside sources hint that Sanders, aware of the brewing storm, has been working quietly on mental toughness. Rumors claim that the quarterback has doubled down on film study, practice discipline, and leadership exercises, aiming to prove his critics wrong without escalating conflict. Analysts suggest that Sanders' response strategy, calm, focused, and measured, could turn KELCE's critique into a rallying point, motivating both himself and the Browns team. Fans are drawing parallels to historical NFL rivalries, imagining whether this tension could drive iconic moments in future matchups. Social media commentary has shifted between mockery, support, and strategic predictions, analyzing how Sanders might convert criticism into performance excellence. Insiders even hint that KELCE is observing Sanders' reactions closely, perhaps realizing that his words have sparked a professional challenge rather than a meltdown. The rumor narrative now blends sports, psychology, and personal reputation, creating a storyline with layers beyond a simple critique. The media explosion surrounding KELCE's statement reportedly caught both the Chiefs and Browns in an awkward position. Rumors suggest that both teams are balancing the need for public professionalism with private acknowledgement of the controversy. Analysts speculate that the league itself is monitoring the situation, wary of media escalation, fan reactions, and potential team conflicts. Fans have created a flurry of online content, dissecting interviews, social media posts, and even casual statements, amplifying every word into potential evidence of tension. The story now blurs lines between fact and speculation, with rumors filling gaps left by official statements. Analysts predict that future games, press conferences, and social media interactions will be scrutinized with magnifying glasses, each minor gesture potentially fueling or defusing the drama. The rumor surrounding KELCE and Sanders has become a narrative that transcends one moment, threading into larger conversations about player dynamics in the NFL. Adding another layer, whispers suggest that KELCE's fiery statement might influence locker room hierarchies across the league. Some insiders speculate that younger players might feel emboldened or intimidated, depending on which side of the commentary they identify with. Analysts suggest that such a statement from a high-profile veteran could subtly shift respect dynamics, influencing training, audibles, and in-game leadership. Fans speculate endlessly, imagining scenarios where Sanders, motivated by critique, outperforms expectations in a game against the Chiefs, potentially flipping the narrative entirely. The rumor has become almost mythical, with every possible interpretation discussed in forums, podcasts, and highlight reels. Sports commentators debate whether this tension is a teachable moment, a distraction, or a masterstroke of competitive mind games. Regardless, insiders agree that the NFL rarely sees criticism of this caliber made so public, and the fallout, real or imagined, will be discussed for seasons to come, shaping perceptions long after the game ends. Finally, whispers claim that the tension between KELCE and Sanders could lead to unforgettable moments on the field. Fans are already envisioning cinematic clashes, KELCE defending his reputation, Sanders proving his mettle, every play imbued with subtext. Analysts note that such rivalries, fueled by public commentary, often elevate performances, turning routine games into spectacles that capture the imagination of millions. Social media amplifies every nuance, from sideline expressions to post-game interviews, creating a narrative as compelling as any scripted drama. Insiders hint that both players are aware of the heightened attention, and their responses, calculated or instinctive, could define their legacies. The rumor, now part of the league's fabric, feeds speculation, debate, and excitement at every level, from casual fans to professional commentators. The NFL has, once again, become a stage where words off the field can rival the action on it, and this KELCE Sanders saga is at the center of that story, captivating the nation. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dog Pound conversation. Go Browns!